Hello, traders. How are we? Hang on. Hello, traders. How are we? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're all well. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you're having a good trading week. Hope your relationship is really good. Hope your pets are all nice. Yeah, anyway, I don't know where I'm going. Welcome to the live stream, guys. How are we all? Don't be shy. Yeah, remember this is your opportunity, guys, for the next 40 minutes. Ask as many questions as you like about trading. We're going to look at a couple of trades. Well, one new trade that I'm in today. We're selling Euro Aussie dollars. We'll take a look at that and why we're in that trade. Also, guys, we'll take all of your questions. Yeah. And we'll take a quick look at the economic calendar, but I know there is sweet FA coming out, right? There's no big news there, guys, for us to worry about. Okay, there's a couple of speakers, but yeah, nothing to worry about there. And I'm going to start by apologizing to everyone because on behalf of the editor, because the editor, have you seen the poll today? The poll is, if you could invent a new unusual indicator, what would it focus on? And I don't think this even makes sense, this question. So we've got HR involved. The editor is on a disciplinary right now. Yeah, I have no idea what that question means. But if you do, but what is interesting is, if you could have an indicator, an unusual indicator that could tell you something, what would it be? Right? There is a good question in there, but the editor just managed to mess it up a little bit. Anyway, there you go. I'm scolding the editor and get on with the live stream. Let's have a quick look, see who's in. Colin, how are you, mate? McFlave, how are you? Tapface. Tapface, are you a tap dancer? Oh, no, tape face. Sorry, tape face. Okay, I'll take that back. Silly question. Whatever the editor's got, it's catching. Leon, how are you? Buongiorno. Brett, afternoon, Brett. How are we all, guys? Welcome. So let's start with Euro Aussie dollar, right? Because this is a trade that I am in. Okay, I've got too many alarms here. But let me just show you the trade on the VIP, right? So guys, on the VIP, this is my trade idea. Okay, let me just close that now. You just see that I have entered it. And why did I like Euro Aussie dollar sells? Well, we were in, we wasn't too sure what was happening at this point, right? Because we were getting higher lows, we weren't getting higher highs, but then price has broken down. This big red candle broke that low. So we've now got lower lows. We're back in a downtrend. Okay, and the idea is to take price, potentially all the way back down to these lows here. And if we look at the H4 was just motoring down, right? Look at that H4. Okay, we saw some real Aussie dollar strength, Euro weakness, and this is what we ended up with, right? A super bearish H4 candle. Now, I just waited for a bit of a retrace. I've actually I've fired a couple of trades here. So I've started entering here and also had one at 6214, right? So I've got a couple of buy trades in here and here. Okay, and the idea, this second buy trade, once it comes down to here, I'll probably take some profit off of it. That's why this alarm is here. And the original buy trade, I will just let run. Okay, and this is the target. This alarm here is the target for the second buy trade. Okay, and then my stop loss is above here. So far, so good, guys, right? It's looking good. We got a big bearish H4 reaction. Hopefully this candle will look something like this. We've still got, just under an hour before this H4 candle finishes. But, so far things are looking good. Yeah, and it was a bit of a H1 entry, really, because there was this level through here, right? We perhaps didn't pinpoint earlier on in the day. Okay, and you can see price has reacted here, right? So this made sense for another buy in here, right? So yeah, this is where we're at, guys, so far. And H1 has clearly broken down, right? And we are getting lower lows, lower highs. We are nicely in a H1 downtrend, right? We want to see a break of these lows and this selling pressure to continue. And that's the only new trade that I'm in. I'm still in Swiss franc yen for 10%, letting that run. But that's about it, guys. That's what we're in at the moment. Like I say, guys, what are you in? What are you not what are you into? You can tell me what you're into, as long as it's not too taboo. But yeah, guys, don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you like. Maybe you're in a trade you need some help with. Maybe you want help with strategy. Maybe you want help with price action, understanding the market. Maybe you want help with risk and money management, psychology. Anything you like, guys, I am here to answer all of your questions. All right, so don't be shy. Right, what else we got here? Rich Paul, what's up? Michael, good day, Michael. Daniel Davies makes a very important point. A very important point here, which is more important than any trade. We have Arsenal versus Liverpool this weekend. And Daniel is an Arsenal fan editor. If we can ban him straight away, I'm only joking, Daniel. Yeah, but you are out without Saliba, right? He got red carded, so that's a big bonus for us. But yeah, looking forward to that one. That'll be a good game. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Brett is just pointing out I meant a sell trade on Euro Aussie dollar, not a buy trade. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I've been selling here. And I've been selling in here as well. Right, I'm in sell trades. Thank you for pointing that out. People are probably thinking, what the hell was I talking about? Stop loss is up here. I've got a target here and a target here as well. All right, so yeah, that's the trade I'm in, guys. It's looking good, right? Right, what else are we looking at? Leon is asking, do you still see silver as a buy? And the answer is yes, I do, right? But we just didn't get the retrace we were after, right? If we go to the day chart, I mean, let's go to the weekly chart first, because you need to understand where price can go, okay? And this 35 level is a big psychological level for silver. It makes sense that price can reach that, okay? And also you can see historically, right, it's been an area of resistance. I had to go back to 1912, right, to find this level. I'm joking, but you get the gist. Yeah, so this makes sense for me. And until it hits that level, it's nothing but a buy, right? And then I will reassess, you know, and just look at the weekly chart, right? It's just flying, okay? If we drop down to the day chart, it's also flying. That's the problem with this trade, right? I don't want to buy here or here, or especially not here. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a retrace before we come higher. All right, so if you look at the H4 now, guys, I was waiting for this to happen, and it still might happen. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. It's like an itchy eye. There you go. So yeah, you can see I literally put an alarm here, right? Because only then really would I consider a trade, because you've got the moving average 20 catching up. So price might do this, right, and come back down to this level, because that's the last H1 higher low, right? So I'd be interested if price got to here. I would consider buying silver there. But really, I'd need to see a reaction at this level, because this level, right, we can see it's a level. So this is important, guys, right? So we can see this is a level, right? We can see that there. But for me, this level hasn't been, what's the right word? Hasn't been validated, okay? Because we've had this bounce off this level, right? But that's not enough. So what I would need to see is price come down here, and then perhaps we get another bullish bounce off this level. Then there's a bit of validation there. You're like, okay, you know, this is a level, right? Then I would consider buying silver. Like I say, if we get something like this that holds this level, then I would consider buying silver. But up here, I'm just not interested. There's no value there for me, really. But silver's still a buy. I just want to see that retrace, guys. All right. And, if I don't get that retrace, I won't trade it. And I'm absolutely fine with that because I don't want to pay top price for anything. Yeah. If I started buying here, I'm basically buying silver at 34.40. If I started buying silver in here, I'm buying silver at 33.50. Now, just very simple economics would say you want to buy at the cheaper price, right? And that's my, that's the idea of value. So that's what we're waiting for, guys, with silver. Right, what else are we looking at? Yes, so Brett says, Tom, what the hell is happening with gold? Is anything going to stop that bad boy? No, is the answer. It's, not one for fundamentals, guys, as you know, but, a lot of developed countries, right, are pointing towards a recession, right? I know we've been talking about a recession for a while now, right? But apart from America's having some good figures come out, but a lot of Europe, a lot of other developed countries across the world, they're not getting good numbers, so it's suggesting a recession. And if we have a recession, that will only make gold stronger, right? So I can't see gold weakening, right? We would need to see something, like the economy just pick up amazingly, right? And then gold might dip off. But I can't see that happening. And also, just with all the conflicts and all the trouble in the world at the moment, right? It seems like there's more than usual. That gives gold strength because gold is a flight to safety, right? So, from a fundamental point of view, no, it's difficult to see gold, not carrying on this bullish trend. I mean, look at it, right? Super bullish. That doesn't mean that I want to buy it, however, because again, there's no value up here. Right? I don't want to start buying up here. I want to buy right in here somewhere. Yeah, this is where I want to buy. Right? So gold is just a pair I know I'm potentially not going to be trading for a while. And if we look at the day chart, this candle suggests we could see a bit of a retrace on the cards, right? But this would be a nice level to buy it, right? If we did get a retrace down to here, moving average 20 catches up. So this area right here, so around 2682, right, would be a really nice buying zone for gold, right, to take it back up again. But yeah, just waiting for a retrace with gold. And yeah, like I say, from a fundamental point of view, it's difficult to see gold stop being strong. It's stronger than Hulk Hogan. Who remembers Hulk Hogan? Please tell me you all remember Hulk Hogan. Otherwise, I'm too old. Guys, before we do anything else, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you don't, the editor will do something. I'm only joking. But yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button. And if everyone could please smash the like button right now, much appreciated. And while you smash the like button, I'm going to have a quick drink of water. Okay, Aubrey Modjaji. I've probably pronounced that wonderfully, Aubrey. I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, and then tap face. We'll look at your question as well also. So let's have a look at Aussie dollar, US dollar, right? Okay, so good. Leon remembers Hulk Hogan. Thank God, Leon. You're also showing your age. And I can't believe they have him as a champion in US politics right now. Do they really? Is Hulk Hogan championing someone in the presidential race? Like, it's just become farcical, right? It's like a bad what do they call them? It's like a bad reality show, right? The US elections and what's going on. I find it all a bit cringy and embarrassing. You know, and these people are going to be running the the number one powerhouse of the world. It does worry me. But there you go. The daughter the world my daughter grows up in is screwed. Shouldn't laugh. Shouldn't laugh about these things. Anyway, Aussie dollar, US dollar. Right. Now, this is going to be interesting, okay? Because I hope you're seeing the same thing, right? Now, you're going to see why we should look at multiple time frames, right? This is what this is going to highlight right now. So everyone, please get involved, right? Now, on the day chart, right, with Aussie dollar, US dollar, would you buy, sell, or stay out of the market? Okay. So everyone right now, let's get involved. I will answer all of your questions. Goal two, guys. So Hulk Hogan's back in Trump. Jesus Christ, whatever next. Kamala Harris should get the Undertaker. Yeah, to champion her. Right, everyone now, guys, this will be a little interesting exercise. Aussie dollar, US dollar. Right now, day chart. Would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market? Just looking at the day chart. Everyone, please give me your answer. Right, Brett would stay out. Leon would stay out. Daniel would sell. Kamala Harris has Triple H. Yeah, good. Jesus, yeah. Okay, Goodbye Pain has bought Aussie dollar, US dollar. Okay, interesting. Aubrey would sell. And Aubrey, this is for you. So we've got a couple of stay outs and we've got a couple of sells. Okay, another sell and somebody has bought, right? So a mixed bag. Peter, nice to see you on the live stream. And Rich Paul would stay out. Now, if I was just trading the day chart, right, and we're clearly in a downtrend, okay? So day chart, we're in a downtrend, right? Also got a very bearish candle, okay, which has broken these lows. So if anything, I would sell it, right? There's a little bit more room to go before we hit this piece of support here, right? And has it hit the 50 level? Okay, it's just hit the 50 level, but I would sell that, right? There's still a bit of room to go, downtrend, bearish candle, room to move into, a little bit of room to move into. Okay, so I would be inclined to sell it, and I completely understand if you wanted to stay out because there's not enough room here, right? But I would be inclined to sell it. Right now, I'm going to show you the importance of looking at multiple time frames. Right now, let's look at the weekly chart. And if you look at that weekly chart, what would you do? Same question. What would you do with Aussie dollar, US dollar? Would you buy, sell, or stay out of the market? So again, everyone, let's get involved. Right, weekly chart: buy, sell, or stay out of the market. I will drink while you decide. Good day, Greg. How are you, mate? Okay, and we've got some good questions here, so we'll get back to these questions as well, guys. Don't worry, we will get through to all of your questions. We're just going to do this exercise first. So Michael would buy. Okay, so Brett would stay out. Daniel would buy. Rich Paul would buy. Violetta would buy. Greg would buy. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else want to chip in? Okay, Peter would sell. Leon still sees it as a stay out. Now, for me, guys, I have to agree with the buyers, right? We are clearly in a weekly uptrend. Clearly, right? And yeah, so just to make it clear, we're getting higher lows, higher highs, right? We're in an uptrend. Plus, we are literally at the moving average 20, right? Remember, it's not an exact science, but we're at the moving average 20, right? And just look at these wicks. The wicks start here, and we're getting a wick here. And obviously, this weekly candle hasn't finished, but looks like we're getting some buyers here, right? Now, I would buy that. I would buy that up to this level because this is the next piece of resistance, right? So I'd probably aim for around 800. Now, if you think about that, guys, this is why you have to look at multiple time frames, because on that day chart, right, we were like, we could sell that. There's a bit of room to move into. I know some of you said stay out or whatever, and I get that, but I would have, I would sell that. But, and this is what I do every morning, guys, right? I look at the daily chart and I'm like, right, what would I do with this? Okay. And in the daily chart, as we went through, it would say to me, Tom, you can sell that. Okay. I'd say, okay. Then I'd look at the weekly chart. And then the weekly chart is saying, Tom, you cannot sell that. That is a buying opportunity. So once I've, quickly looked at the daily and the weekly, once I've just surmised that information quickly, I know Aussie dollar, US dollar, will not be a trade for me today, right? I just won't trade it. I'll just stay out of the market until things are clearer. Okay, and that's all that's all I do with my daily filter, right? I look at the daily. What does that tell me? Does the weekly back it up? If it doesn't, or even contradicts it, then no trade. And that's what's happened with Aussie dollar, US dollar. So I would stay out of this market. The weekly is clearly telling us to buy. And if we go to that day chart, right, I mean, this candle hasn't finished, but we are seeing some, real strong buying pressure. Now, another thing I must show you here, guys, I know you've got some questions, but another thing I must show you here, I am in Euro Aussie dollar sells. So I'm liking Aussie dollar strength, okay? And because we're at this weekly level and I'm seeing all of these candles, I'm thinking, okay, Aussie dollar strength is possible, right? Now, I'm in Euro Aussie dollar. So let's take a look at Euro US dollar, right? And then compare that. Now, this is telling me, right, that we are in a weekly downtrend. And potentially we have more room back down to this weekly support level in here, right? And if we look at the daily, there seems to be, a bit more. I mean, there is this level here I would keep an eye on, but there seems to be a bit more room to move into. So that would suggest euro weakness. So by looking at Euro US dollar and Aussie dollar US dollar, that also gives me the confidence of my Euro Aussie dollar trade that I'm currently in, right? And we're getting a nice bearish reaction so far, right? So it's really important that you understand those cross correlations, and it almost acts as like another piece of confluence. So it's really important that, guys, that you understand what I just spoke about there. Okay, so yeah, and if you don't, guys, we've got loads of tutorials and everything in the VIP Trading Academy, right? And also, guys, right now, if you want a broker or you want to change brokers, then we have teamed up with Pepperstone. So they are, one of the, world-class brokerages, and they are compatible with TradingView, guys. And if you sign up with us right now, you can get access to the VIP Trading Academy, guys. All right. So check out that promo. Come join Pepperstone. Yeah, check it all out. Also, guys, don't forget to join our free Discord channel. It's free, right? We've got a trading community. It's free to join. So just come join our free trading community and What's the word I'm looking for? Verify yourself. Right, what else are we looking at? We had some good questions in here. Let me go back here. Okay, so Tape Face has said, can you explain the meaning of value in your strategy? So the meaning of value is this, right? Let's just look at this trade, right? Let's go back in time. Right. Now, this could be any time frame, yeah, but this is the day chart, right? And at this point, as I explained earlier, once we get this candle, the body of the candle breaks this low, we've had a break of structure. It's in a downtrend. We've broken this low. We have lower lows. Okay. So I'm keen to sell this. Now, you could sell it now, right? Put your stop above here and look to take price down to here. Okay. Now, I would suggest, you know, price, usually we get a retrace before we want to come lower. Okay. So if we just look at the H4 now, right, and this is where we're at, right? So there's that daily chart. You can see we broke this level. So let's even go back a candle, right? So this is the H4 now, and we broke that level. So as soon as I see this candle, I'm looking for sells. But if I start selling it here, well, the question is this: would you rather start selling it here, or would you rather start selling it here? And the obvious answer is here. So here there is value or more value, right? Here there is not as much value. And the difference between these two is the type of trade. So if I start selling this, this is a breakout, right? This is a breakout trade. Breaks out, you start selling. Okay. Whereas if we wait for a retrace into here and then we start selling, this is simply a retrace trade. And pretty much all of my trades are a retrace, right? I build the trade. So I may trade the breakout and the retrace, but nonetheless, you get the idea. So wait for the retrace. Yeah, that is where the value is at. If you can wait for that retrace, wait for price, don't enter here, wait for price to come in here and then start selling. Yeah. And if we play this along, it retraces even further, right? So you can see, right, we could have started selling from there, right? And it retraces even further. It doesn't quite break this last high here, okay? And then that would have made the trade less appealing, okay? And then you know what we get. So earlier on, we got a massive, we just got this massive candle, right? And after we see a candle like this, you don't know where it's going to retrace to. You don't know if it'll retrace to here or it'll retrace up to here, okay? But what you need to do is wait for a breakdown in structure. And what happened here was actually structure building up, right? And even if we look at the H1, right, it was just structure build, you know, it didn't go there, just kept building up. And then really when you want to enter is when you get a break of structure. You could have had a lovely entry here, right? I remember waking up to this thinking that's a nice entry, but it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And yeah, but that would have been the entry. Look at that breakdown in H1 structure below the moving average 20, right? Take it. Okay. So yeah, that's where we are. So that's the idea of value. Yeah, don't be a breakout trader, be a retrace trader, because a retrace represents value. Okay. Right, what else are we looking at here? Okay, so we've got also, we want someone to look at, so Mohammed wants to look at pound US dollar. Mohammed, we can do that for sure. Okay, let's have a look at pound US dollar for Mohammed. We just looked at Aussie dollar, US dollar. And pound US dollar is a similar story. right? Now, if you look at the day chart, right? If you look at the day chart, we are downtrending, right? And you would want to sell. And we've even broke this level on the day chart. We've broke this level. Okay. And you'll be saying, Tom, we've broke this level. I want to sell this. And it would be very hard to disagree with you, right? But if I showed you the weekly chart, it would be easy to disagree with you. Let's have a look at the weekly chart, right? Look at that. That weekly candle never broke. It never broke this key support level. In fact, it sort of bounced off the moving average 20, and we got a nice bullish wick, right? It'll be interesting to see what this candle does this week. But looking at the weekly chart, I'm going to get rid of this weekly candle here because it hasn't finished forming. Again, if this is the problem with the US dollar pairs at the moment, like the daily looks good, but then the weekly contradicts it. And if anything, you would buy at this level, right? You would, yeah, because we're in an uptrend. We've retraced all the way back down to these lows. We're getting some bullish wicks. Yeah, the idea would be to come back up to here. So again, it really emphasizes the importance of looking at multiple time frames, guys, because you can get a real, very different picture of a pair. And what you want is all the time frames pushing in the same direction, right? I don't mean to go on about the Euro Aussie dollar trade, but let's go back to that and you'll see what I mean. So with Euro Aussie dollar, right, we have got weekly, right? Weekly downtrend, right? Tick. Yeah. We've got all of these bearish wicks coming off of a important resistance level and the moving average 20, right? Tick. We've got some room to move into back down to the lows. Tick. Right? So weekly's telling me to sell. And then if I go to the day chart, ever since I've seen this candle, I want to sell, as I explained earlier, right? It broke the lows. We've had a retrace. Let's see where it ends up, right? So daily and weekly are working together and pulling in the same direction. That's what you want, guys. And then what I'll do is just drop down to the H4 for entries or even the H1, right? So that's how you should roll. That's how you should roll in the markets. Roll like that. So yeah, that's the problem with all US dollar pairs at the moment, Mohammed. Right, what else have we got here? Okay, so yeah. Johnny's asking, do you trade the S&P 500? Yeah, occasionally. Yeah, occasionally I will. Mainly Forex, but I have been known to do the occasional indice trade, the occasional oil trade, but mainly Forex. Yeah, gold, silver. Rich Paul's got a question here. Why isn't most professional traders like to talk about their trading journey? For example, all talk about how they've been trading for long, which means they've been making mistakes in the past. Yes, I do not hide from the fact that I have made every mistake a trader can, right? And like it or not, you're going to do the same. Yeah, you're going to go through all of the common mistakes that traders do, right? Some of the big ones for me are not sticking with a trading plan. You just chop and change your plan all the time. Your risk and money management is not tight. Like one trade you risk 1%, the next trade you risk 2%. Your risk management's a bit out of whack straight away. What else is a big no-no from the start? Yeah, using every indicator, finding the perfect thing. The perfect thing doesn't exist. The perfect strategy doesn't exist. There you go, bombshell for you. It really doesn't, right? And that was my problem. Yeah, I kept adding indicators to make it perfect. And then when I had a losing trade, I was like, how have I had a losing trade? All my indicators were pointing in the right direction. Of course, you're going to have losing trades. And so stop buggering around with a load of indicators, right? Learn price action, stick with it, let that guide you. Use indicators as confluence if you like. What's another key thing? Yeah, stick with your strategy. Give it time to play out. Give your strategy 6 months so that you have some credible data to work with. What's another thing? Don't try and grow accounts too quickly. Get consistency first, right? So get the consistency. Once you have that, then increase your capital. What else? I mean, there's so many mistakes you can make, right? There's more like trading mistakes, like moving around stop losses and stuff like that. But that is really money and risk management. You're moving your risk by moving your stop loss. Yeah, and learn from your mistakes. Don't be a bloody idiot and keep doing the same mistakes all the time. And I'm talking to myself when I say this, right? I would say to myself, right, you do mistakes like, oh, I didn't enter quite according to my strategy. Why the not, right? Why didn't you? Don't do thick things. Don't be stupid, right? And I'm talking about myself here, yeah? So I would take a trade because it felt good, right? Or, I had a feeling. The market doesn't care about your feelings, right? You just trade your strategy, right? Secondly, yeah, like I say, you would, can't mess around with money and risk management. And psychology is a big thing at the start because you don't have the confidence in your system to start with, and that only comes through time. So it's so important that you trade a strategy, whatever it is, for 6 months. And let's say you make 8%, you have a winning strategy. You can then tweak it a little bit then, but the crux of your strategy is working. And that will lead to confidence, because if you keep just rinse and repeat, that's all I do every day, is rinse and repeat. It's dull and boring, right? It is. Just rinse and repeat. I see a setup, I'll take it. I see a setup, I'll take it, right? And just rinse and repeat. So yeah, they're all the things. But yeah, there's so many mistakes you can make as a trader, but learn from them and journal them, right? And this is important, guys, put a dollar amount against every mistake you make, right? So if you took liberties with your stop loss and started moving it about, how much did that cost you in terms of your risk, right? Or actual dollar amount. If you took a trade, it didn't quite tick all the boxes of your strategy, write that down. How much did that trade cost you? And then at the end of the month, you'll be like, right, because I've been a bloody idiot, those mistakes have cost me, I don't know, $1,000, right? $1,000. Then you have something tangible, right? You're like, right, that's what my mistakes are costing me. Yeah. So, if you're anything like me, you had to learn from your mistakes, and a lot of traders do, or, people get a mentor, right? So they can learn from somebody else's mistakes. And I mentor a lot of traders, right? So yeah, there you go, Rich Paul. There's my couple of pence on that. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? Right. So Himanshu, which one are we looking at? Euro Swiss franc and US dollar long. All right, so let's have a look at Euro Swiss franc, because we've looked at a few US dollar pairs. Primes, how are you? Primes was the winner of the 5K challenge. Well done, Primes. Let's have a look at Euro Swiss franc. And you're long in this, Himanshu. Okay, let's take a look. I mean, again, guys, right? I don't know what your strategy is, right? And I don't pretend to know your strategy, right? But just look at that. Just at the weekly chart, that's the first thing I noticed, even before structure or trend. I mean, and you know, trend-wise, this is in a downtrend. Okay, but we're at an area of support here. You can see that, and that's the problem we've got here. So price is just becoming contracted because you've got a downtrend, which means sellers are in the market. And you can see, look at this wick, look at this wick, look at these wicks. You can see at this level here, we have buyers, right? And for me, no one's winning the battle. There are no winners yet. Let's look at this on the day chart. It'll be more clear. Yeah, look at that. That is a shower of poo, right? Between here and there, I just don't want to get involved. Just don't want to get involved. That's disgusting price action. Yeah. So what would I want to see to trade Euro Swiss franc, right? I would want to see a break to the upside. Okay, breaking all of these highs here. And then we can take price back up to this level here, right? I would take that trade. And then I was thinking to myself, you know, even if we broke this level, the problem is we're straight into resistance, support still. So I don't really want to sell if sellers even do win this battle. So, yeah, you know, you want to see a trending market and you want everyone else to see the market trending, right? Because this is just, that's untradeable for me. It's not untradeable. You could probably, you know, get on the H4 or the H1 and take some pips out of that. But I don't want to do that, right? I couldn't think of anything worse, right? I just want to see a trade that when it breaks this level, right, it then has a nice little retrace. Yeah, we're with H4 trend and we take it to the next area of resistance. Simple as that. You know, here we don't know what could happen, right? Buyers, sellers could win this, buyers could win it. We don't know. So Euro Swiss francs, stay away from that price action. Right, what else we got? Okay, Prime's asked, can I talk about the time I was with Gal Gadot? So this happens a lot in my head, but in reality, less so. Right, well, so we're looking at... Okay, so Sadar is talking about hedging. Sadar, we've literally just got to the end of this, right? But I'll give you a brief answer, guys. But quickly, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please smash the notification button and please smash that like button. Also, guys, if you're looking for a broker right now, look no further than Pepperstone. There's some great perks to signing up with Pepperstone, so reach out if you're interested in that. And then finally, Sadar's asking about hedging. So there's lots of rules to hedging, right? But basically, you need a puke point, right? So if my trade keeps going against me, I will have a puke point at 3%. So if I get to 3%, I'm just going to close the trade with any hedge, right? But if you want to learn more, Sardar, about hedging, please come join the VIP Trading Academy, right? We've got numerous tutorials on hedging, so check it out. Guys, thank you very much for your time today. Appreciate all the questions. Always enjoy spending time with you guys. Join me again tomorrow, same time, 8 a.m. New York EST time. See you then, guys.